ओके आज हामी एक्सरसाइज 4.2 बाट क्वेशन नंबर 1 गर्दैछौँ एंड क्वेशन इज फाइंड द रूट्स अफ द फलोइंग क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन बाय फैक्टराइजेशन। ओके स्टूडेंट्स, एज वी नो quadratic equations can be solved by two methods, by factorization and by using quadratic formula, right? And here we have to solve this quadratic equation by the method of factorizations, and here is written find the roots of the quadratic equation. Roots means simply values of variable, right? So our first question is x square minus 3x minus 10 equal to 0. Now we can solve this equation by splitting its middle term, and in its middle term it has minus 3x, right? So we can solve this equation like this: x square minus, okay, this 3 can be splitted into 5 minus 2x, because when we multiply 5 and 2 then we obtain 10, and when we subtract 2 from 5 then we obtain 3 minus 10 as it is equal to 0. Now minus into plus minus, and this x should be multiplied with 5, then we obtain 5x, again minus into minus plus, and this 2 should be multiplied with x, then we obtain 2x minus 10 equal to 0. Now from this pair x is common, and here remains x minus 5 plus, now from this pair 2 is common, and here remains x minus 2 5 ja 10 equal to 0. Now here we can see x minus 5 and x minus 5 common, so x minus 5, and here remains this x and plus 2, x plus 2 equal to 0. Now x minus 5 make it equal to 0, then we obtain the value of x will be, when this minus 5 goes to RHS and becomes 5. Similarly, x minus 2 make it equal to 0, then we obtain the value of x, this plus 2 goes to RHS and becomes minus 2. Students, as we know, after solving quadratic equations we can obtain two roots or two values of variable, right? And here also we have obtained two values of variable, and first value of x is plus 5 and second value of x is minus 2, right? Now question number 2. Okay, firstly let's erase this. Okay, our question is 2x square plus x minus 6 equal to 0, and here we can observe the numerical coefficient of its first term is 2, and these two should be multiplied with minus 6, then we obtain minus 12, right? And in its middle term, firstly we have to assume here 1. Now we have to break this 1x into two numbers, so that the difference of these two number will be 1 and the product of these two number will be minus 12, right? So we can solve like this: 2x square plus, and 1 can be split it like this: 4 minus 3, because when we multiply 4 and minus 3, then we obtain minus 12, and when we subtract 3 from 4, we obtain plus 1, right? And this acts as it is minus 6 equal to 0. Now 2x square plus into plus plus, and this 4 should be multiplied with x, then we obtain 4x again, plus into minus minus, and this 3 should be multiplied with x, then we obtain 3x minus 6 equal to 0. Now from this pair we can take out 2x as a common, then here remains x plus 2 to the 4, and this minus, and here also 3 can be taken out as a common, so here remains x minus into minus plus 3 to the 6 equal to 0. Now x plus 2 and this x plus 2 common, x plus 2, and here remains 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3 equal to 0. Now x plus 2 make it equal to 0, then we obtain first root, or the values of x is minus 2. Similarly 2x minus 3, okay, make it equal to 0, then the value of x will be, okay, firstly this minus 3 goes to RHS and becomes plus 3, and this 2 also goes to RHS over here. In this way we have obtained second root of this equation, that is 3 by 2. Now question number 3, and question is root over 2 x square plus 7x plus 5 root over 2 equal to 0. And here we can see numerical coefficient of x square in first term is root over 2, and this root over 2 should be multiplied with its constant part, that is with 5 root over 2. Okay, let's multiply over here. Root 2 into 5 root over 2. Okay, firstly let's assume here 1, and 5 into 1, 5 into, and root over 2, and this root over 2 can be written root over 2 whole square, and this square and this sign of root can be cancelled out, and here remains 5 into 2, 10. In this way we have obtained after multiplying root over 2 and 5 root over 2 plus 10, right? Now here in its middle term here is 7x, and now we have to break this 7 into two numbers so that the product of those two numbers will be 10 and the sum of those two numbers will be 7, right? So we can solve like this: root over 2x square as it is, plus now this 7 can be splitted into 5 plus 2x, because when we multiply 5 and 2 then we obtain 10. Similarly, when we add 5 and 2 then we obtain 7, right? And this plus 5 root over 2 as it is equal to 0. Now root over 2x square as it is plus 5 into x, 5x. Similarly 2 into x, 2x plus 5 root over 2 as it is equal to 0. Now from this pair we can take this x as a common, so here x is common and remains root over 2x plus 5 and plus, okay, here we should know the factor of 2 can be root over 2 into root over 2, because as we know after multiplying these two finally we will obtain these 2, right? So here we can take out this root over 2 and this root over 2 as a common, so root over 2 is common here and here remains 1 root over 2 from here has been taken out as a common and here remains 1 root over 2 and this x plus and here remains only 5 equal to 0. And here we can say these two are common, so root over 2x plus 5 and here remains x plus root over 2 equal to 0. Now root over 2x plus 5 make it equal to 0, so that we obtain the value of x, right? So x equal to, okay, firstly this plus 5 goes to RHS and becomes minus 5, and this root over 2 also goes to RHS over here. In this way we have obtained first value of x, that is minus 5 by root over 2. Similarly x plus root over 2 make it equal to 0, then the value of x will be minus root over 2. Okay, now question number 4, and question is 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 equal to 0. Okay, firstly to simplify this equation, let's multiply all terms of this equation by 8. Then we obtain 8 into 2x square, 16x square, again plus into minus, minus 8 into x, 8x plus into plus, plus, and 8 ones are 8 and by 8 equal to 0. Now here 8 ones are 8, 8 ones are 8, right? Then our new equation will be 16x square minus 8x plus 1 equal to 0. Now, by splitting middle term, we can solve this equation, right? So, firstly, coefficient of x square, that is 16, and constant part, that is 1, should be multiplied. Then we obtain plus 16, right? Now, 16x square, okay, here minus 8x can be split it into minus 4x minus 4x, because when we multiply minus 4 and minus 4, then we obtain plus 16, and when we add minus 4 and minus 4, then we obtain minus 8, right? And this plus 1 as it is equal to 0. Now, from this pair, we can extract 4x as a common. So here 4x is common, and here remains 4 4 16, and 1x minus, and here remains 1 minus, and from this pair we can take 1 as a common. So here 1 is common, and here remains 4x minus into plus minus 1 equal to 0, and here 4x minus 1, 4x minus 1 can be taken as common, 4x minus 1, and here remains 4x minus 1, 4x minus 1 equal to 0. Now 4x minus 1 make it equal to 0, then we obtain first root of this equations, x equal to, okay, firstly this minus 1 goes to RHS and becomes plus 1, and this 4 also goes to RHS over here. In this way we have obtained first value of x, that is 1 by 4, right? Similarly 4x minus 1, okay, make it equal to 0. Again we obtain the value of x 1 by 4. In this way we have obtained two equal values of x, right? Now last question, question number 5. Okay, for that let's proceed to next page, and our question is 100x square minus 20x plus 1 equal to 0. Okay, firstly 100 into 1, we obtain 100 itself. So 100x square, okay, this minus 20x can be splitted like this, minus 10x minus 10x, because when we multiply this minus 10 and minus 10, then we obtain 100. Similarly, when we add minus 10 and minus 10, then we obtain minus 20, right? And this plus 1 as it is equal to 0. Okay, now from this pair we can extract 10x as a common. So 10x is common, and here remains 10 10s are 100, and 1x minus, and here 1 minus, and from this pair we can take 1 as a common. So 1 is common. Here remains 10x minus into plus minus 1 equal to 0. Now 10x minus 1, 10x minus 1 is common. So 10x minus 1, and here remains 10x minus 1. 10x minus 1 equal to 0. Okay, now 10x minus 1, okay, make it equal to 0. Then we obtain first root x equal to, okay, firstly minus 1 goes to RHS and becomes plus 1, and this 10 also goes to RHS over here. And similarly 10x minus 1 equal to 0. Then we obtain again x equal to 1 by 10. Okay, in this way we have obtained two equal roots, right? 1 by 10, 1 by 10. This is our final answer.